Revolution Pro Wrestling was live in London this past Sunday, just 1 week before Epic Encounter in Cardiff, and there was much to sort out on the road to that big night just 1 week removed. To start the show, Luke Jacobs, one half of the tag team champions, went one-on-one with Isaac Murray from the Contenders division. Murray put in another creditable performance against the former undisputed British heavyweight champion, but Jacobs perhaps inevitably had just too much for the 19-year-old, forcing a tap out to get the victory over Isaac Murray. After over a year away, Richard Holliday was back in RevPro at Porchester Hall, going up against a man who perhaps was cut from the same cloth as him in David Francisco. Francisco, as ever, was flanked by the new sons of Southampton, who both got involved in the latter stages of the match. Holliday hit both Kelly Six and Josh James with his signature move, the low blow. Then with the referee's back turned, did the same to Francisco. But Francisco, it turned out, had a plan. The centerpiece revealed that he was wearing a cup down below, then hit the ruckus on Holliday, outsmarting him to secure the 1, 2, 3. Our next scheduled match was set to be Conor Mills against Ricky Knight Jr. Mills appeared on the stage, flanked by his tag partner, the British heavyweight champion, Jay Joshua. Joshua was attacked once more by the man who will challenge him in Cardiff this Sunday at Epic Encounter, Will Cruz. It descended into a brutal brawl between Joshua and Cruz, Conor Mills getting involved as well. Our Contenders and ring crew tried to break it up, but to very little avail. And when ultimately some calm was re-established, it was clear that the match between Mills and RKJ couldn't start at that moment, not least because Conor Mills had gone to the back with Jay Joshua, who was in pursuit of Cruz. RevPro owner and booker Andy Quilden postponing that quarterfinal until the second half of the show, much to the annoyance of RKJ. Thomas Shire of Cowboy Way issued an open challenge for Porchester Hall. That challenge, we immediately found out, would be answered by Tom Felwell. Exactly the kind of high-impact, high-intensity battle you would expect between Shire and Felwell. But it ended with a combination of the best right hand in Europe from Felwell, followed by that rebound lariat the Mancunian way. Felwell picking up his second singles victory in a RevPro ring. At Epic Encounter this coming Sunday, the undisputed British Cruiserweight Championship will be on the line. Joe Lando is going to defend against Cameron Kai. Kai teamed with one of his mentors from the Slater Dojo, Leon Slater, to take on Lando and Leighton Buzzard, who was subbing in for an injured Danny Black. A truly stunning tag team match ensued, and in its final moments this time, Lando taking a bullet for Buzzard as he fell victim to a nasty-looking double team from Slater Dojo. The match kept going, though, until Slater lured Lando right into the waiting arms of Cameron Kai, who hit the ping shot cutter to pin Lando for the third time in less than a month. The second half of Live in London began with that Tornado tag match to determine new number one contenders for the undisputed British tag titles headed into Epic Encounter. It was the Greedy Souls, Top Tier, Xander and Leland Bryant, and the Freshness. With Tornado rules, first team to score a pin or submission on any of their opponents would head to Epic Encounter. Xander and Leland Bryant able to get Fabio of the Freshness isolated, and moments later picking up the win to book their place as the new number one contenders. Can they bring to an end the now nearly 13-month reign of the Young Guns at Epic Encounter this weekend? Just as Leland and Xander were having a stare down with the Young Guns who appeared on the stage, Shah Samuels snuck back into the ring and once again attempted to assault the Bryants. Samuels, just as we've seen in the past, brought a steel chair into the equation, but before he could use it, Xander and Leland's older brother Nino ran to the ring, tackling him, taking him down with as much anger and rage as perhaps we've ever seen from Nino Bryant.
This started with me, so it ends with me. Cardiff, Epic Encounter, Nino Bryant versus Shah Samuels, and I put an end to the extended workshop.
Next, that quarter-final between Conor Mills and Ricky Knight Jr. finally got into the ring. A clearly furious RKJ went straight after Mills from the opening bell, but Knight's inability to control his anger came back to hurt him a number of times in the match, leading eventually to Mills countering an attempt at the Rikishi driver into a pin, and it was Conor Mills, not RKJ, who went on to the semi-finals. Afterwards, I took to the ring to try and get some comments from RKJ, and well, things got a little bit out of hand.
What's next for Ricky Knight Jr.?
Oh, come on!
You keep taking the mockery of me, making me look like a fool!
Give break.
Is that what you're doing? You think this is funny? You think this is funny, huh? There ain't no one here at RevPro that can step toe to toe with Ricky Knight Jr. because I'm the baddest.
Hang on. Hang on a minute. Driller Maloney is back in Revolution Pro Wrestling and he's making a beeline to the ring. Well, RKJ is walking out.
Up next, six-woman tag team action. The Cutthroat Collective trio of Sapphire Reed, Anita Vaughn and Mercedes Blaze taking on Kanji, Rio and Amira Blair. The closing moments of this one were fascinating. Mercedes Blaze ended up in a position she certainly did not want to be in, at the mercy of a Rio package pile driver, but as Rio held her there, Blaze was screaming for assistance from her fellow members of the CTC. Unfortunately for her, the leader of the group, Sapphire Reed, seemed more concerned in checking on a hurt Anita Vaughn, which meant there was no one to come to the aid of Blaze. One package pile driver later, Rio got the pin, and it was victory for her, Kanji and Amira. As those three celebrated, though, the undisputed British Women's Champion Alexis Falcon made an unexpected entrance and considered who she wanted to challenge her for a match for the title.
I know you've already been propositioned for a match at Epic Encounters, but I have an offer that I don't think you can refuse, young girl. Because I know it's your dream to hold this championship. So what do you say, Kanji? Don't worry. I've signed up for RevPro on demand. You can sit at home and play with yourself while you cry and watch it. And Amira, you've got 7 days. I'll see you in Cardiff.
So into our main event of the evening, the last of the quarterfinals in the Revolution Road tournament, as Okoku continued his quest to become the #1 contender and perhaps a 3-time undisputed British heavyweight champion, taking on the leader of the Trent 7 army, Trent 7 himself. But when Oku pulled out one of the newest moves in his repertoire, the Final Destination, it was all over for Trent 7. Oku ending his Sunday evening in London, booking himself a spot in the semi-finals of the Revolution Road tournament. Those semi-finals due to take place this coming Sunday, Epic Encounter in Cardiff. We hope we will see you there for all of the action. In the meantime, I've been Dave Bradshaw, and this has been your RevPro Recap.